Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Rewind the Tape. I'm your friendly neighborhood soda, joined as always by my good buddy Ben Rayner. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Not, to be honest, this isn't my favorite movie, but you're one of my favorite people to hang out with, so there's that. So this is going to be an interesting episode.
Yes, it will be. And if you guys don't realize, we are talking Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice from 2016, a highly divisive film if I've ever seen one.
Now, let me ask you, before we get going into this, which movie do you find more offensively worse? This or Batman and Robin?
Well, Batman and Robin is clearly worse, but I view these movies differently than most. People view them as movies. I view them as extensions of the multiverse. So I view them as a version of Batman, a version of Superman, a version of Wonder Woman. So even if something doesn't work for me, I don't care because it's just like that's just another version. That's all it is.
I agree with you, but at the same time, I have to say, I think I have more fun watching Batman and Robin. It might be technically worse, but there's more stuff to laugh at, in my
Well, no, of
opinion.
course. Well, yeah, these are also two different style movies,
Right,
right? Because one was made with toys in mind, the other was made because Zack Snyder's got a dark vision.
right. So why don't we get into this? Let's pull off the band-aid.
Let's do this old school way. I've actually found a decent enough plot summary that I could actually fill the time in, and just we can butt in whenever something pops into our minds. Okay.
Fine.
Okay. 18 months after the destructive battle in Metropolis, in Man of Steel, Superman has become a controversial figure. Billionaire Bruce Wayne, who has covertly operated in Gotham City as vigilante Batman for nearly 2 decades, blames Superman for the mass casualties that resulted from his fight with General Zod. Among the
Can
casualties, yeah, of course, that's
can I
something
stop
every time.
you? The first 15, 20 minutes of this movie is incredible.
So yeah, agreed.
When you see the point of view of Bruce Wayne watching that fight,
Mhm.
that is an amazing opening to this movie.
I agree because we're seeing the ending of the previous movie from a different angle, and it does, even though people are like, "Oh, Batman's not like that," it does set up why he distrusts and dislikes Superman.
And he didn't say much, but you could tell everything he has to think by the look on his face.
Yeah, exactly. None more specific than when he shields that little girl.
But yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Among the casualties were many people working in Wayne Enterprises' headquarters when the tower collapsed. Superman, and his public identity as Daily Planet journalist Clark Kent, sees Batman as dangerous and seeks to expose him. LexCorp's mogul Lex Luthor also sees Superman as a threat and convinces Senator June Finch to help him recover kryptonite from Zod's failed terraforming attempt in the Indian Ocean.
Okay, there's Lex Luthor. Let's get into it. I don't like him at all.
Nobody likes
I think he was miscast. I think I see what they were going for, and it did not work for me. What about
Yeah,
you?
well, they were trying. It appears like they were trying to do a modernized take of him, and Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal looks like he did it by way of Max Landis, which is a little weird.
He also, yeah, I mean, I joke around with my friend. I refuse to call him Lex Luthor. This isn't Lex Luthor. This is.
Remember what I said earlier, Ben? This is Lex Luthor.
No, this is Lex Luthor Jr.
This
You
is
have to remember. You have to remember
Lex
that.
Luthor.
Oh, fuck you.
But I mean, like seriously, like that's the thing people do have to
Yeah.
realize sometimes is like there's gonna be
Yeah.
multiple different portrayals of them, and some of them are gonna hit, some of them are gonna miss, and that's okay.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like there's a lot of here's the thing though, there's a lot of stuff about this Lex Luthor, like just how crazy he is and some of that you do see through. It's just the way they did them might not work. Like for example, the Granny's peach tea.
Yeah, that didn't work. I will also say the whole trolley reaction scene didn't work.
That one is like, okay, we could do without.
I don't even get yeah, I don't know.
It was weird. That's one I will gladly give people because that was freaking weird. But what we get when he confronts Superman before the whole third act, that is Lex Luthor.
For me, I have a note too late for me. Like, he was good in that, but we were not for the 2/3 of the
But
first
that's
half of
also
the
the
movie.
thing, too, is he's not trying to expose his hand as this evil super genius, right? So obviously he's not going to show that early in the film because most people don't realize that.
Yeah, no, you're right. And they had to. You let me have my pitch. My pitch. Oh, whatever.
I will, but I don't know. It's just because of how I view movies in general, but specifically comic book movies, where I'm like, if it doesn't work, that's okay. There's other versions that are out there that I can enjoy.
Yeah. Okay.
Finch later stonewalls Luthor's efforts to use Zod's DNA in the Kryptonian scout ship recovered from the battle to create a biological weapon. Bruce Wayne successfully infiltrates a fundraiser promoted by Luthor to retrieve data from LexCorp's mainframe, but his flash drive is stolen by a mysterious antiques dealer, Diana Prince, who learns that Luthor has files on several metahumans, beings with superhuman abilities, herself, as well as a man with superhuman speed, Flash, a cybernetic body, Cyborg, and a man that lives underwater, Aquaman. Wayne later receives the drive.
Okay.
She copies it. I would
What
have
did you
to introduce these guys.
And you would have picked a different way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How would have you done it? I'm really curious.
I don't know. I just would have done it like this. It just feels so weird. Like he's already got all the logos created.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second. It's like he actually took the time to actually create logos for these supposed superheroes that he wants to abolish. Like,
He made a fucking PowerPoint presentation. You showed somebody.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And the Aquaman one looks like a fucking shampoo commercial.
Yeah, because they didn't quite nail the technique yet, so he's literally just holding his breath.
And the one with Cyborg is so bad and cheesy.
Right, but that's one where they should have kept what they did in the extended cut because they added a lot of stuff and that makes it more horrific.
Okay.
Yeah, right. That's when they cut. They unnecessarily cut, in my opinion.
What did you think of the Flash one?
Honestly, out of all of them, besides Wonder Woman's, I think his might be the. No, I still go with actually Cyborg and the extended. His was fine. Yeah. This is a little weird, considering, especially because he doesn't look like that the next time we see him.
You know what they should have done, and I make fun of this. You know that scene in Suicide Squad where you see him catch rubber?
Mm-hmm.
They should have put that scene in Batman v Superman and used that.
Right. Yeah, honestly, like I would have introduced those characters in Justice League. You did not need to introduce. I know the title is Dawn of Justice, but you don't need to introduce those for it to be Dawn of Justice because there's a holy trinity for the Justice League who are already in this movie.
Right. Okay.
And honestly, the intro scenes that we got with those characters in Justice League would have sufficed.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Except for Wonder Woman's. That's the one I probably would have kept in just because it's a photo that also hints at her movie as well.
Well, okay, wait a minute. Are you talking about taking Wonder Woman out of the movie completely?
No. What I'm saying is like where we see all the footage of all the metahumans.
Oh, no, okay.
I forgot. Out, I would have left Wonder Woman because she still needs a reason to be going after Lex Luthor. So I would have gone after that one, like he was blackmailing her with his picture or something like that. The other three could have waited to the next movie.
I think a rationale then because they'll probably be like, okay, we're doing Wonder Woman, we might as well do these other three too.
And and one came out on time. One was delayed God knows how many times. The other one's not even going to get done. So, Cyborg.
Yeah.
While decrypting the drive, he has a vision of a dystopian future where he sees a gigantic Omega symbol etched into the desert landscape. Armed with a pistol, he leads a force of rebels against Superman. Batman is betrayed by his own men, captured and held prisoner by Superman's army. Superman approaches him, rips off his cowl, and tells him he took everything from him. Superman then rips out Batman's heart. Didn't need this either.
Nope.
No, because you're hinting at things that aren't going to happen.
Well, okay, but remember, at that time, they probably thought it was never going to happen.
That's right. That's fair.
Yeah, at that time, I think at that time, Zack Snyder was still directing Justice League.
Well, yeah, of course, he didn't get let go from Justice League after he filmed most of principal photography. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I do like that idea because I do like myself a Superman that has gone evil. But yeah, it's another one of those. It's like, we didn't really need it in this movie at all.
No.
And it's paid off. It's what's funny is it's paid off better in Justice League, the Snyder cut, than it is in the theatrical cut. Because they always say that Lois is the key. We do get that in Justice League. It's just in the theatrical cut, you have to remember that line from BVS, but whereas in the Snyder cut, they kind of tell you without telling you that about the vision that he remembered.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, yeah, good point.
It's a disjointed payoff.
It's a disjointed payoff that only made more confusing, and I'm sorry. I like the Zack Snyder Justice League, but that goes a whole other wrench into the confusion
Of course.
of these movies. For me, anyway.
Bruce Wayne is snapped out of the vision by a mysterious time traveler who warns him that Lois Lane has a crucial role to an impending threat, and that he must find the others. Before he vanishes, the time traveler yells that he's too soon with his message. He later learns not only of Luthor's experiments with kryptonite, but also his ongoing investigations about metahumans, including Prince herself, who is an immortal warrior. Batman attempts to retrieve Luthor's kryptonite in the Batmobile, but is intercepted by Superman, who orders him to cease his activities. Later, Finch summons... Okay, how badass is that scene when they finally meet face-to-face?
That was pretty damn badass.
Shit.
that was so famous. Tell me something. Do you bleed? You will.
You will sooner, yeah. Yeah, that's where that's from. But it's just like the image of Batman like popping open the hood and just standing up to like stare at
That's what we wanted. We wanted a whole movie of Batman being Superman.
Yeah, but you need 2 acts to set it up properly. You can't have Batman v Superman right off the bat like that.
No. Do you think it could have worked if the script was written from the beginning of the movie?
Oh, of course.
The whole movie, yeah. Okay.
But as unfortunately, we don't have a fictional script to base it on.
No, we don't.
Where was I? Later, Finch summoned Superman to a congressional hearing at the U.S. Capitol to debate the validity of his actions. Using a man who is paralyzed by Superman's battle with Zod in Metropolis, Luthor masterminds a bombing that kills dozens of people by hiding the bomb in the man's wheelchair. Everyone in the chamber is killed, including Finch. Despite being seen carrying the injured out of the blast zone, the public blames the bombing on Superman, who goes into self-imposed exile. I hate it. I always hate this trope. You see the guy is clearly rescuing people. Oh, it's his fault. No. You know
what? And I mean, they didn't really make it clear that the public blamed him for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen it. To be honest, I haven't seen this movie in a while. And I don't remember the public blaming Superman for that explosion.
It's more in the court of public opinion. More than the people there, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Kind of like something.
Yeah.
Batman retrieves the kryptonite and prepares to launch a strike against Superman, building a powerful exoskeleton and kryptonite-powered arsenal, which kudos to them for replicating the Dark Knight Returns suit.
That was not with Mana.
Yeah.
Not with Mana.
With
And
Batman
the
now.
whole,
Sorry.
and the whole training montage of
Oh
him
yeah.
looking out. That is Mana.
Yeah. Shirtless Ben Affleck had to get his entire back tattoo covered.
All that was missing was what is that song? Um, you know, the montage song from Rocky IV.
Hearts on Fire?
Hot on Fire playing in the background.
I'm sure it exists somewhere. I'll have to track it down. Superman tries to reason with Batman, revealing that he knows his secrets, but leads to a fight in which Batman nearly kills Superman with a spear he fashioned from the kryptonite, which is a pretty cool idea. Superman pleads for Batman to save Martha.
Oh,
Was also the latter's late mother's name, prompting him to come to senses and realize Superman is not a threat. Now, I know everyone gives shit to this scene. I really do. And
yeah.
but it's one of those, it took you this long to figure out that they both have mothers of the same name. That's been around since like the early days.
I know.
Pointed out.
I think that's what everybody is pissed about. Like, everybody's like, really? It took you this long to point out that they both have.
No. I don't think that's why. I'm talking about just in general fandom. That's not why they're pissed at their scene. They're pissed at this. The reasoning for the scene, the reasoning for him to stop killing Superman is because they share the same name. That's what they're laughing at.
Why did you say that name? Why did you? Oh God, that's bad.
Yeah,
I really say that. Mine is the ending. That fight
oh yeah.
is mad at.
Yeah, everything you expect from a fight like that.
That is a great fight that ended homely, but it was a great fight.
Mm-hmm. I agree. There's a lot about that third act that just gets great. The landing's not always necessarily the best.
And I'll say this, I've said it before and I will say it again. Everything Batman related in this movie is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Everything Superman related, not too much.
That's because they stupidly left so much of it on the cutting room floor. They restore a lot of that in that extended cut.
I'm even including the extended cut.
Oh really? I thought he was way better in the extended cut. This like Clark Kent Superman. I thought he had more to do.
Okay. I mean,
you do see him going to Gotham and actually doing investigative journalism.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Upon learning of Luthor's plan, Batman leaves to rescue Martha while Superman confronts Luthor, who unleashes a monstrous, artificially bred creature, Doomsday, made with Kryptonian technology on the crash ship. Now, I will say this. I hate the fact that they spoiled Doomsday in the trailers. I hate that. Did it look good? Not necessarily, but I still would have loved to have been surprised in the theaters.
Let me ask you this. What did you think about the fight with Doomsday?
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I mean, they couldn't have done exactly like in the comic books, but given with what we had, I enjoyed how they did it. I really did.
And I love seeing our Trinity fight together.
Yeah.
There's one shot.
A badass Wonder Woman theme.
There's this one shot of a field of going towards Doomsday.
Yeah.
And just shit.
No, I agree. It's the Holy Trinity in the flesh.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there is what I consider the best cinematic Batman fight. It looked like something straight out of the video games. The warehouse fight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And in the extended cut, they added blood. So when he throws the guy on the wall, there's a blood spatter left on the wall.
No.
Whereas in the theatrical cut, he hits the wall and falls. No, they put blood.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. Superman and Batman join forces to fight him and are aided by an arriving Wonder Woman in her Amazonian attire, but are outmatched due to the creature's ability to absorb and redirect energy becoming indestructible in the process. Realizing that their shared Kryptonian DNA results in shared vulnerabilities, Superman retrieves the Kryptonian spear and impales the creature with it, while the creature stabs Superman with his bony spike, seemingly killing him. Luthor is arrested after Lane exposes his numerous crimes. When he is visited by Batman in prison, he gloats that Superman's death has made the world vulnerable to powerful threats, of which he was taught about while manipulating the Kryptonian chip's technology. Batman threatens Luthor and promises that he will always be watching him. A memorial is held for Superman in Metropolis, and as Clark is also declared dead, Bruce Wayne, Lois Lane, Martha Kent, and Wonder Woman attend a private funeral for Clark in Smallville. Martha passes in an envelope to Lane, which contains an engagement ring from Clark. After the funeral, Bruce Wayne reveals to Diana Prince that he plans to form a team, the Justice League, from Luthor's file subjects to protect the world in Superman's absence. Later, a faint heartbeat begins echoing from Clark's grave, and the dirt around it begins to levitate.
Which, according to the Snyder Cut and I guess the theatrical cut, played no impact in Justice League.
No.
No, like, why?
It's just to give you the hint to say this is where we're going. It's kind of like what they did with the Joker card in Begins.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, yeah, that. I wouldn't say it paid off.
Why? Well, yes and no, but we don't necessarily see anything to do with that card that we see in the beginning of Begins. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's never existed. You know?
All right, okay.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of fun stuff at the end. It is, Bruce Wayne, his quick turn. It's a little unbelievable, but whatever. You take it for what it is. Yeah, if I'm being honest, I would have preferred if they had gone the comic book route and just have Doomsday and Superman literally beat each other to death. Like, this was a fine way as well, but there was just something about them beating each other to death. Literally, you're gonna have to kill me to stop me, sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
And I do like that they kept this is from the comic books, where every time Doomsday dies, when he comes back, he can't die from how he died previously.
Yeah, I like that. I like Doomsday. I like what they did with him in this. I didn't have a problem with it.
Like I said, I did not like it that they ruined it in the opening, the trailers.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the scene where Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent first meet, because that is actually pretty good.
At the dinner party or something?
Dinner party, yeah. And then they even parodied it on Fallon. Wasn't it Fallon? Or was it
Kimmel? No, it was Kimmel. It was Kimmel, and it's glorious. I love that so much. In that scene, they even had Matt Damon cameo at the end.
Of course.
Oh. That was a great scene. The two of them, any time in this movie where you have the two of them together was great, in my opinion.
They're really good together. Really good casting as Batman and Superman. It's just unfortunately the material doesn't necessarily hold up to their standards.
It kind of reminds me of Andrew Garfield. Hey, Brennan.
Hey, Brennan. Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, it took me until No Way Home to realize, Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man. He was in an awful movie.
Oh, agreed. I've always said that taking Robin Pattinson out, because I've only seen the movie once, and it's still in theaters, I will say
I hate Andrew Garfield.
I know, but I'm saying Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. In terms of how close he is to what he originally is depicted, he's the best.
Yeah. I am, full transparency, I haven't seen the Batman yet, so I'm curious to see what he's like.
Mm.
But that's what I hear. That's what I
Well,
hear.
he's pretty good, but give him another movie or two and let him grow into the Bruce Wayne side of it.
That's what I hear. I hear that Bruce Wayne hasn't been perfected yet.
No, well, it's not the Bruce Wayne we know. Everyone forgets this is technically year 2 Batman. He still hasn't quite struck that balance. He still hasn't quite hit that point where he's going to be the foppish billionaire. If they're going to do that with him.
Well, here's my question about that. It's Batman Begins. That's year 1, basically, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He already got Bruce Wayne in Batman Begins.
Remember what I said? Different Batman. It's one of those things. It's like one of those things. Like Batman in this new Batman movie, like Bruce Wayne is more closer to who he was before he trained with the League of Shadows.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
He's closer to that. So it's just like if Christian Bale is Batman, if during when he came back to shoot Chill, if he became Batman then, is kind of what it's like in this.
Okay.
Yeah. In this one, he's more of a recluse. That's why nobody figures out he's a recluse.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, any final thoughts? Do we need to?
Yeah, like this is one where it's not my favorite. Yes, I do own the poster frame because it's a badass poster. It's one like it's an every couple year watch for me, or if I'm just in the mood. And I will always go to the extended cut because it's more fleshed out.
Yeah, I think it's almost time for me to rewatch. And it's hard, man.
Do it a time and a half.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do.
Yeah. So yeah, so this isn't high up on my list, but it still is watchable.
Yep. And I think by the time we finish all these Batman movies, I guess there's a question for opposite air, but we're going to rank them, right?
Do we really need to rank them a third time on this channel in the last couple months?
No, I guess we don't.
No, because we did it earlier in the year on Northern Unwind, and then Dave did his special one where he got people to vote. So I think I don't think people would want to see a third one in the span of like 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, I would only rank them if we did a DCEU rank, but since we've already done Batman.
Yeah.
All right, Ben, where could everybody find you?
Everyone can find me on my channel, the Multiverse of Kingdom. And I do 2 shows here, Deep Dive and Jedi Academy. Unwind is coming back this Sunday, so tune in for that Sunday at 5 p.m. I have some pretty exciting guests for this week. And wanna find me every Tuesday here on Rewind That Tape and every Sunday on Northern Countdown.
Yes. And aren't we coming back this week with Unwind?
I hear that.
Sorry, I totally missed it.
After you.
I was going to say, as for myself, you can find me on my personal Instagram and Twitter at soda_the_saxman. You can find me, actually, next up, you can find me in about half an hour over on the Let's Get Ready Twitch stream where myself, Dagan Esbrod, and Justin Hamilton will be doing a watch-along of some of Scott Hall's greatest matches in honor of the late, great Scott Hall that passed away earlier this week due to, dislodged blood clots and heart attacks. Not a fun thing. So yeah, definitely check that out. And then the next time you can see me on screen is also on the Let's Get Ready Network on Saturday on the Dropkicks, where me and Dagan will be breaking down the week in wrestling news. And then after that, of course, it is Northern Countdown on Sunday morning with Ben. So on behalf of myself, Ben, everybody here at the Northern Entertainment Group, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and like and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Everyone, the tape.